Hi, Deb.
Yeah, my
I thought of you. I was like, oh, okay. It matters not to me. There's not enough for everybody, so. No, but you, yeah, you need a black. I don't have that. Take care of that. There you go. All right. Happy Monday. Lights out? Yeah. Somebody want to flick the switch over there? Which one? That one. Yeah. Yeah. The eyes will adjust. The eyes will adjust. So happy daylight savings. Well, yesterday. Yeah. I was hard. Yeah. It was hard to get up this morning. It was a little hard to get up this morning. So yeah. So let's start in Shavasana. I know Nick's there. Should we join you, Nick? No. I said we should join you. Yeah. How's everyone feeling? Good. Any special requests? You know, I wasn't. I guess I was half joking when I brought it up. I taught it. There's a way to teach Shavasana, and I did that as my focal pose in my basics class on Friday. So when I walked in here, I was like, maybe. So let's do it. So let's everybody get off your block. It's a hard pose. It is, you know. It is. So I'm gonna guide you through it. So come all the way onto your backs, and I'm gonna give you some instruction to shift your alignment in it to help you. So Deb, we're gonna start on our backs in Shavasana. Can you hear me okay? Yeah, okay. All right, so just first take 3 deep inhales and exhales. Begin to tune into your breath and notice where the breath might be getting blocked. And do a body scan. So either start from the top of your head work down or start from your toes and work up. And just notice as you do that scan, how the body is meeting the mat, the earth, the support. Bring your hands to your belly for the next few breaths to feel your in breath and your out breath. Breathing from our diaphragm is the number one way to relax, to send a message to our nervous system to accept the breath. And let the arms drop down to the sides now and just lift your head and look for a straight line. Look for symmetry. So notice from your nose if there's a straight line moving all the way down your body. And now stretch through your heels. Lengthening down from your hip joint, so you're flexing the feet and pushing, stretching through your heels. Your feet and legs should be a comfortable distance apart, a little wider than your hips. So think about that. So a little wider than your hips. So now visualize your inner thighs rolling out to the side so your hip joints can be more relaxed. Pick your tailbone up off the mat and lengthen it away from your head, helping to elongate the lower back and the lumbar. Everyone's lumbar area of the spine is different. It can be flat or in a natural state, but this lengthening of the tailbone away from the head helps the back to move into a more relaxed state. And now with the arms, I want you to press into the backs of your arms. Press the backs of your arms into the floor to lift your chest and then glide your shoulder blades down to help broaden the mid-back. So your head stays down. Press into the back. The palms are face up. Press the backs of the arms into the mat so you feel your chest, just your chest, lift up a little bit and then glide your shoulder blades down. Helping to broaden the mid-back. And now the arms can move away from the body, no more than a 45-degree angle. And we turn the palms up to help the shoulders with this external rotation. And now bring your attention to the back of your neck and lengthen the back of your neck. Visualize uplifting consciousness and expanding your awareness. So these subtle adjustments for Shavasana, oftentimes we come to the end of our practice and we just sort of collapse into Shavasana. But hopefully, some of these little adjustments helped you to see that it helps the body to meet the support underneath you, to make Shavasana a true rest pose, to allow the energy to flow inwards and upwards. Make each breath slow, deep, and full of attention. And bring awareness to your feet. With your inhale, imagine feeling the feet, the skin, the muscles. Maybe you can visualize a light, put a color to the energy, and bringing the awareness as that light moves up into the calves. Inhale draws in the light force, and your exhale releases the body of any pain, any negative energy. Continue to move this light up into the thighs and hips on your inhale. This light tingling with vitality. Continue moving into the belly and up to the chest. Exhaling out any negative energy. And then moving up into the shoulders and out the arms, into the fingertips. The whole body filling up with light, moving up to the crown of your head. And exhaling out any negative energies. And then start to invite in a deeper breath, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, circling your wrists and ankles. Maybe making figure eights with your hands. And then take the arms overhead, draw the legs a little bit closer together. And as you take the arms overhead, point your toes toward me. And then lower the arms on an exhale and flex your feet. Draw your toes towards you. A couple more times. Inhale the arms overhead, point your toes. And then exhale, this time draw your knees into your chest. Maybe the hands wrap around the tops of your shins. And just a gentle rock from side to side. Continue to deepen your inhales and exhales. Feeling the breath in the belly. And then extend the left leg out onto the mat. Keep the right knee in. And move that right knee over to the right a little bit so it's more in line with your armpit. And keep your left hand on your hip. And just notice that gentle opening for that right hip. Keep that right foot flexed. Keep the left foot flexed. One more full breath in and out. Draw that right knee back to center. Hug the left knee in to meet it. Extend the right leg out onto the mat. Move that left knee over to the side a little bit so it's more in line with your armpit. And keep it hugging in, so fingers are wrapped around the bottom of that knee or the top of that shin. Right hand can rest on right hip to help keep that side grounded. So just opening, breathing into this left hip now. One more full breath in. Full breath out. And then drop back to center. Hug the right knee in. Lift your forehead up to your knees. Breathe in, nice deep breath, filling up the cervical spine, the back of the neck. Lower the head back down, roll on to your right side. Take a full breath there. And then pressing into the left hand to lift you up to a seat, crossing the legs. Maybe the eyes stay closed or at a soft gaze, and then bring your hands to your heart center. And just in setting your intention this morning, and your intention is the direction for your practice, just think back to moments in that opening Shavasana pose. And think in as far as when you felt yourself stop holding yourself up. At what point were you able, did you feel the sensation of, oh, I wasn't not holding that leg up anymore, holding that shoulder up anymore, or feeling the back fully release into the mat, and just bring that in to your practice this morning. That feeling that when we sort of meet effort with ease, when we don't have to hold ourselves up as much, trust the earth beneath us. Set your intention. And also this morning, dedicate your practice to someone in your life who maybe is also needing a little bit of grounding. Sending this energy of firmly rooting, trusting the earth beneath us. And let's open with the sound of Om. So take a full inhale, exhale it out. Deep inhale. Gently flicker your eyes open. And rock forward. Let's meet in child's pose. So take your knees, let's do a wide-legged child's pose to start. Bring your knees out so they're reaching the edges of your mat. And then bring your toes together and push your seat back to your heels. And then slowly begin to lower. If lowering is too much for the upper body and head, slide a block underneath your forehead. Rest on that block. And feeling your breath in your body here. So arms are reaching out in front of you. The elbows are relaxed, so the shoulders are relaxed. In last Thursday's yoga and meditation class, we talked about self-care versus selfishness. And I shared a story from a yogi friend of mine who described the difference. Self-care, self-love is not being selfish. When we are able to take care of ourselves, we're able to take care of others. So with this breath filling up your body, feel the self-care and self-love moving through your muscles, moving through your body. When we make the sound of Om, It is said to unlock the throat chakra, which can then help lead us to more attuned communication with others. Chanting Om helps reduce stress, increases concentration, helps with easing the chatter in our mind. Om is said to be the first sound heard at the creation of the universe. When each syllable is pronounced fully, we feel the energy of the sound lifting from our pelvic floor all the way up to the crown of our head. One more full breath here in child's pose. And then on your next inhale, slowly begin to lift up, finding tabletop pose. Bringing your knees closer together so your knees are under your hips, and stacking shoulders, elbows, and wrists. Separate the fingers. Draw the belly in so your navel, you feel like your navel is moving toward your spine, neutralizing and lengthening the spine. On an inhale, lift the crown of your head, tilt your tailbone up, finding cow pose. And then exhale, round the spine, tuck your chin to your chest and tuck your tailbone. Continue moving like that. So inhale into this chest opener of cow. And then exhale into cat pose. Beautiful breathing. This Ujjayi breath, inhale through the nose, placing a constriction in the back of the throat. On the exhale. So 3 more rounds, moving with the breath. Noticing maybe expansion in the chest in cow pose and a broadening across the upper back in cat pose. Last round, massaging the spine. And then finding neutral. Extend the right leg behind you so your toes touch, just barely touching the floor behind you. And then lift that right leg, keeping your hips level, sacrum level. Inhale, left arm up by the ear. Find some length here. By engaging the belly, we take any sagging out. We neutralize the spine. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, bring your elbow and your knee to meet, rounding the spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen, drop the left hand down. Take your right leg out to the side and plant that right foot down. So the right edge of your foot is parallel with the wall. Inhale, lifting the right arm up, opening into this twist where we find length from our left hand across the chest, through the right fingertips. Full breath in, full breath out. One more inhale, and exhale, lowering this right hand. Walk your fingertips to the right, lift your right toes coming up on your right heel, and fold over that right leg. Full breath in, full breath out. Full breath in, full breath out. That right foot a little flex, toes pointing up. And then exhale it out and begin walking the fingertips back to the center. Walk them back and come to stand on that left foot, that left knee. Inhale, left arm up by the ear. Gate pose, walk the fingertips down the right leg. Think about lengthening the left side, so reaching up through the fingertips. Opening up the muscles in the rib cage. Full breath in, full breath out. Reach through those fingertips a little bit more, and then exhale, take the left hand down. Either keep the right foot rooted, lift the right arm, or maybe try and lift this right leg up and flex that right foot. You don't have to lift it, so do what feels good for your body. It's perfectly okay to keep that right foot grounded. And then spiral, lower that leg if it's lifted, plant the right foot, spiral this right hand down so you circle back to tabletop. And then push with the knees closer together this time. Push back, push the seat to the heels. Let the crown of the head come toward the earth. Take the arms alongside the leg. More of a rounded child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more full breath in. Full breath out. And then inhale as you begin to round up. Rock forward to tabletop again. Extend the left leg behind you. So start with your toes just touching the floor, and then lift that left leg. So keeping the toes pointing to the floor helps to level the hips and sacrum. Inhale, right arm up by the ear, finding spinal balance. Engage the belly. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale to lengthen, drop right hand down, swing the left leg out to the side. So you're planting that left foot down. Left edge of the foot parallel with the wall. Inhale, left arm lifts up, opening us into the twist. Breathing that length. Adjust as you need to. So if you feel any discomfort in the neck, have your head be in a position where it's not straining. This left arm is reaching straight up, making a straight line with the right arm. Feel the opening across the chest. And then lower that left hand down. And then we'll fingertip our way over to the left side, coming onto that left heel, left toes lift, and fold over that left leg. Full breath in, full breath out. Full breath in, full breath out. One more inhale and exhale, and then start walking the fingertips back to facing forward, and then walk them back. Come up on your right knee. Inhale, right arm up by the ear. Walk the left fingertips down that left leg as you reach through the right fingertips. Getting length on this right side now. Opening this right side. Right arm by the ear, in line with the ear, so that we're not collapsing forward, but we're opening and inviting that opening into the heart space. One more inhale, and then exhale. Lower the right hand down. Keep this left foot grounded as you lift the left arm, or maybe lifting that left leg off the floor. Watch your neighbor. Flex that left foot if it's lifted. See if you can be feather light on that right hand. And then drop the left foot if it's lifted. Circle, big circle down with this left arm in front. And then come back to tabletop. Come into another child's pose. Arms in front or alongside the body. Breathing into that low back area. Feeling the breath in the belly. And then next inhale, begin to round up to sitting on your heels. Rock forward, hands come a little further than where they were. Tuck your toes under and push yourself forward to plank pose. Exhale, lift the hips, find downward facing dog. The low belly, reaching toward the tops of the thighs, the head comfortably in between the arms, just breathing into the spinal extension and this extension of the arms, finding space, broadening across the shoulders so the shoulders aren't scrunching up to the ears. And then lift your gaze, come up on your tippy toes, so lifting the heels, and walk one footprint at a time up to the top of your mat. And inhale, lifting up halfway. Take the arms out to the sides, forming a T. Bend your knees a little bit. Lift the upper back. Straighten the legs. Float the arms overhead. Hands come to heart center. Pausing here for a little pranayama. So take one hand over your heart, one hand over your low belly. Let your elbows soften. Let your arms soften. Close the eyes. Take a moment just to feel rooted. So look down at your feet. If they're wider than your shoulders, bring them in. So find that symmetry again that you found in Shavasana. When you look down, do you see a straight line? And then have the chin parallel with the floor. Close the eyes. Take a deep inhale. Audible sigh out. Inhale a third of the breath into the low belly. Another third into the rib cage. Another third up to the collarbones. Exhale a third, a third, a third. Inhale a third into the rib cage. Another third up to the collarbones. Exhale a third, a third, a third. Keep moving like that at your own pace. Tuning in to this rhythmical breath. When we manipulate the breath, it helps clear the chatter from the mind. It brings all of our attention to this breathing technique. Let the hands float alongside, flicker the eyes open, interlace the fingers, turn the palms to the earth. Inhale, sweep them overhead, separate and exhale into forward fold. Bend your knees when you get there, roll up to standing. Interlace the fingers again, turn the palms, pushing down into the earth, and then inhale them above. Exhale, separate and dive forward into forward fold. Bend the knees, roll up to stand. One more time, interlace the fingers and then push the hands to the earth. Inhale, sweep them overhead, and exhale, dive forward into Uttanasana. Stay here for 3 breaths. Let the head hang. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And now separate your feet a little bit wider. So they're a little wider than your shoulders. And round up to standing again. Interlace the fingers. Push the palms to the earth. Inhale, sweep them overhead. And this time, adding a knee bend. So exhale, take the arms out wide, bend your knees, roll up to standing. Interlace the fingers, push the hands to the earth. Inhale, sweep them out and overhead. And exhale, bend your knees as you lower down to the earth. Round up to stand, interlace the fingers, push the palms to the earth, and then sweep them out in front of you and overhead. Maybe the gaze joins the hands above. Exhale, bend the knees, maybe a little deeper as you gather yourself up from the earth. Interlace the fingers, push the hands down. Inhale, sweep them overhead, gaze looks up. And exhale one more time, bend the knees a little deeper. And then roll up to stand. Bring the feet a little closer together. So you've got, bring the toes closer together. The heels are a little bit apart. Take your hands to your hips, start to bend your knees, taking your seat towards your heels so that your knees are behind your toes as we come into chair pose. Inhale, the arms, floating them up by the ears. Breathe in. Breathe out, soften shoulders. Turn the pinky fingers toward each other. One more full inhale. And then exhale, straighten the legs, dive forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Let the head be heavy. Breathe in. And breathe out. Bend the knees again. Bring the fingertips on either side of the pinky toes. Inhale, float the arms up, lifting the upper body, chair pose. Hands come to heart center, adding a twist. Twist open to the right. Palms together. Maybe that left elbow comes to the outside of the right knee. And check in with your knees. Draw the left knee back. Low. Draw that left hip back. So if your left knee is going past your right, draw it back so the knees are even. And then inhale, come to center, straighten the legs, reach the arms up overhead, and exhale, hinge, diving forward into Uttanasana, letting the head hang. Full breath in, full breath out. Drop the hips toward the heels, fingertips on either side of the pinky toes. And then inhale, arms up, chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Twist to the left. Maybe that right elbow reaches for the left knee. If that, excuse me, right knee is moving forward now, draw it back. Good adjustments, everyone. One more full inhale, and then exhale, come back to center. This time, just dive forward into Uttanasana, forward fold. And put a little bend in your knees, float the arms out, lift, keep lifting the upper back, upper body. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center, Tadasana. Moving through sun salutation. Inhale, the arms overhead. Exhale, hinging forward, coming into our forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, plant your hands and step both feet back, coming to low plank. Rock your shoulders past your your wrists. Then drop the knees down. Lower knees, chest, chin. Inhale, sliding forward onto the belly. And then bringing your elbows towards your side body. Draw the shoulders away from your ears. Draw the shoulder blades toward each other. And lengthen down through the low back and then find your back bend, inhaling into cobra. Exhale, lower down, tuck your toes under, push your seat back to your heels, lift your hips, or really have your hips lift you into downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Full inhale and exhale. Full inhale and exhale. Feel as though your hips are lifting you up toward the sky. Getting that full extension in your spine. One more full inhale and exhale. Look between your hands and either walk your feet up or a light hop forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, and exhale, fold. Inhale, the arms around and overhead, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center, and then bring your hands to your hips. Have your feet shoulder distance apart. Put a little bend in the knees. Lift the right foot off the mat. Mindfully bring it behind you. Dropping the toes down, right heel lifted. Bending left knee 90 degrees. Crescent lunge, high lunge. Arms float up to the ears. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, arms to the ears. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus arms. Now keep them bent here in cactus arms and draw the elbows back so they're out of your periphery. And soften shoulders away from your ears. Keep thinking about lengthening through that back leg. So as we draw the elbows back, we're opening up the chest. And then exhale. Float them down. Step the left leg back. Find plank pose. Either drop knees, chest, chin, do cobra, and then into downward dog. Or you can just lift the hips and go right into downward dog. So yogi's choice. If you want to heat up your practice a little bit more, you throw a vinyasa in that sequence. Or just moving into downward dog is good. And of course, child's pose is always available. And look between your hands. Either walk your feet up or a light hop to the front of your mat. Lift up halfway on your inhale, finding a flat back. And then exhale into your forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms around, overhead, palms touch. And exhale, hands to heart center. Hands to hips, little bend in the knees. This time we move the left leg back. So start by putting weight in your right foot, lifting that left foot. Then mindfully bring it behind you. So you're on your toes. Left heel is lifted so that you can get a full extension in this left leg. Bend the right knee to 90 degrees. Inhale, arms sweep up. And exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cactus arms, holding here. Draw the elbows back a little bit. Soften shoulders. Imagine a pencil in between your shoulder blades. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then lower the hands down to the mat. Again, optional vinyasa. So we're in plank. Either bring the hips up right into downward dog or knees, chest, chin into cobra. We all meet in downward dog. Look between your hands. Walk your feet up or like hop. Come to the top of your mat. Either bend the knees and roll up to stand or lift with a flat back. Your choice. And then find Tadasana. Take a big step back with your right leg and then turn your toes to face this wall on the right side. Setting up for Prasarita Padottanasana. So it's a wide-legged forward fold. When we do our fold, we want to turn our toes in toward each other. So you feel a little pigeon-toed. Find some length in your low back. So lengthening down through the low back. Hands to hips. And now bring your hands actually to your sacrum. And feel the elbows moving toward each other. The chest lifting. And then begin to fold. And think about eating with the heart. Keeping the chest open. Feeling a hinging more than a rounding. And then wherever you are, whatever max you're at, then you can drop your hands down to a block or to the floor. Let the head hang. Wide-legged forward fold. So equal pressure in the feet. Alignment looks beautiful, everyone. A lot of times we find that we might sit back a little bit or come too far forward on our balls of our feet. Everyone looks very even. One more full breath in. Full breath out. And then bring your hands to your hips. Engage the core. Feel that part of your navel working, the abdominal muscles working to help lift you to stand. And then we're going to turn our right toes to the wall. Turn your left toes in a little bit. Bend the right knee, finding low lunge. So maybe that left foot needs to shinny back a little bit. Find 90 degrees with your right knee. And then we're going to pump between low lunge and extended pyramid. So inhale here in low lunge. And exhale, straighten the right leg. Bring the forehead toward the right knee. Inhale, back to low lunge. Exhale, extended pyramid. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, straighten right leg, extended pyramid. Two more. Inhale to low lunge. Exhale, extended pyramid. That right foot stays grounded. The right foot doesn't lift. and then exhale, extended pyramid. And then we'll walk our fingertips back to center, setting up for another wide-legged forward fold. So turn your toes in. This time, interlace your fingers behind your back. Straighten your arms, draw the shoulder blades toward each other. And then maybe the arms float off the back. Again, feel equal pressure in the feet. Feel the belly engaged. Full breath in. Full breath out. Release the hands. Come up halfway. And then walk the hands out in front of you a little bit and take your hands wider than your shoulders for a wide-armed downward dog, wide-legged downward dog. So reach the arms out a little bit to here, out in front of your mat, onto the wood. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then walk the hands back in toward the legs. Start to walk the fingertips to the left, rotating to the left, bending the left knee. Low lunge on this side. And then pumping to in between low lunge and extended pyramid. So take an inhale. And then exhale, straighten left leg, right heel stays lifted. Inhale, back to low lunge. Exhale, extended pyramid. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, extended pyramid. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, extended pyramid. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, extended pyramid. Last low lunge. Walk the hands to the right, turning the feet back to the side wall. Bring your hands to your hips, press into your feet. Use your core to lift you to stand. And now turn the heels in toward each other, toes turn out. Take the arms into a wide V for star pose. Palms face me, fingers spread. Exhale, bend the knees. Cactus arms, goddess. Anyone in the mood for lion's breath? Inhale, star pose. Exhale, stick your tongue out. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale. Beautiful. Star pose. Let the arms float down. Heel toe your feet in. Maybe a little hop. And then another hop to face forward. Adding a little play. Beautiful. Tadasana. Inhale, float the arms overhead. Exhale into Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back to plank pose. Lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale, sliding forward onto the belly. And then bring the hands forward, the arms forward. So we're gonna find Sphinx pose for our back bend. So a nice mild back bend. Your elbows are under your shoulders. Wrap your fingertips around your elbows. So if you have to, if they're not wrapping, then bring the elbows in a little bit and then plant the forearms back down. So Sphinx pose, the energy comes from the legs. Tilt your pubic bone toward the mat. So you feel a lengthening of the low back. And as you do that, feel the chest open and lift. Breathe in. Breathe out, gaze, looking just ahead of your fingertips. Feel a lengthening in the neck, in the spine. If there's clenching in the low back, really think about lengthening that low back, that pubic bone, turning toward the mat. And then exhale, stack your hands, take the elbows out wider, let the forehead rest on the backs of your hands, bend your knees, windshield wiper the legs from side to side. And lower the legs, gently roll onto your back. So just right where you are, just roll right over onto your backs. Hug your knees into your chest. And just rock from side to side on your sacrum. Extend your left leg out long onto the mat, keeping the right knee hugging in. We're going to take a spinal twist here. So let your left hand rest on your right knee, and then let your left hand guide your right knee to cross over to the left, letting yourself roll onto the left side of your body. Let that left leg be effortless. Extend the right arm out from the shoulder, palm face up. And just that right knee stays bent. And just with each breath, allow that right knee to guide you into the spinal twist. No effort in the left leg. Think about that right shoulder. See if you can allow that right shoulder to be soft. That right hand, palm up to receive energy. Twists help wring out the toxins in our digestive system. Inhale, rolling to your back. Bring that right knee back to center. Hug the left knee in. Find neutral. Take a breath here to reset. Then extend your right leg out onto the mat. Left knee hugging into the chest. Take your right hand on that left knee. Start to guide that left knee over to the right, rolling onto the right side of your body now. Left arm extends straight out from the shoulder. You want to try and keep the knee in line with your navel as it drops down. And let it drop gradually. Each breath, maybe it lowers just a little bit more. Twists are good to do after back bends to help neutralize the spine again. Full breath in. Full breath out, allowing that left shoulder now to be soft. Draw the knee back to center, hug both knees into the chest. and extend the legs up to the ceiling. Take 5 breaths here, in, legs up, in this Viparita Karani pose, just to allow the circulation to move in the reverse direction from our feet down to our hips. Maybe circle the ankles a little bit, maybe point and flex your feet. And then bend the knees, drop the feet to the mat. So as if you're coming into bridge, but we're going to do a little stretch for our IT band. Lift your right foot off the mat and bring that right foot behind the left heel. So left foot is on the mat. So bring the left foot behind the, I'm somebody right left. Bring the right foot, so the toes, behind the left heel. So Rochelle down like here. Oh. And then reach down with your left hand, wrap it around the top of your right foot and glide it through, letting that right knee and right leg drop down to the floor. Float the right arm overhead. Glide that right shoulder under to let that right arm settle. So that left hand is still wrapping around that right foot. And then release the grasp, slide that right foot out from behind and plant that right foot down. Then we'll do the left side. So the left foot slides behind the right heel. Reach down with your right hand, wrap it around that left foot, the top of your left foot, glide it through, letting that left knee, left leg drop down. So if you look up, you should see your left thigh in a straight line, pointing most of your facing the window. So the left knee is facing the window. Maybe that left arm floats overhead, glide that left shoulder under. Notice if this side is any different than the other side, if one side's a little tighter than the other. And then exhale the left arm down, release that left foot, bring the foot back to the mat, heel toe your feet so they are as wide as your mat. So your feet are coming to the edges of your mat, your knees are apart, and then draw the knees toward your armpits. Turn the feet up to the ceiling, finding happy baby. So either your hands wrap around the outside of your calves, and then you're pulling the knees down toward the earth. Or maybe for some, you're able to reach the fingers to the outside edges of your feet. And then maybe add a little rocking from side to side. So in Sanskrit, this pose is called Ananda Balasana, Ananda meaning bliss. So the whole back is in contact with the mat.
And then bring the soles of your feet together, butterflying your knees out, and let the feet and legs drop down to the floor for Baddha Konasana on our backs, supine, Baddha Konasana. And just taking a few breaths here. Bring your hands to your belly. Feel the rise and fall of your breath. Deep breath in. Sigh it out through the mouth. Another deep inhale. Exhaling it out. And then slide the feet toward the top of the mat, extending the legs. And then finding Shavasana. So remembering those cues from earlier, push through your heels to lengthen the legs. Relaxing the joints. Separate the legs so they're wider than the shoulders. Lengthen down through the low back. Press the backs of the arms into the floor to lift the chest a little bit and glide the shoulders under. Lengthen through the neck. So finding Shavasana, palms facing the ceiling. Arms are away, a comfortable distance away from the body so that the shoulders can relax. The breath flowing naturally. And sharing some words from Morgan Harper Nichols from her book, All Along You Were Blooming. Dive into the present moment, letting light guide your way. You will certainly face unknowns, but you will not face them alone. All around you, there are people facing many of the same fears, and many hide it without realizing it. Behind how are yous and I am fines. And you can hone a listening ear for the words beneath the words, the thoughts beneath the phrases, the feelings that do not reach their faces as you slowly begin to wake up to the honest voice inside of you, beginning to sing with clarity and transparency for yourself and those around you. Our yoga practice, self-care, maybe inviting in affirmations of self-love. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. I believe in myself and know that I can accomplish anything. I value myself and I value others. The Buddha says, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. As we move into this new season of blooming, think about a flower The flower takes the nutrients that it needs in order to grow, and we do not call it selfish. So it is okay for you to meet your needs too. When we take care of ourselves, we add even more beauty to the world. And start to invite in a deeper breath. Wiggle fingers and toes, circle wrists and ankles. Maybe float the arms overhead on an inhale, taking a long stretch, and then drawing knees into your chest. Rolling onto your right side, you can extend your right arm out and use it as a pillow for your head. And when you're ready, lifting yourself up to a seat. Crossing the legs, sitting up nice and tall, maybe soften the gaze or close the eyes. And just staying in this inward state as we close our practice, bringing our hands to our heart center, a gentle bow of the head toward your heart. Thank yourself for being here. I thank you for being here. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Grateful for these teachings, grateful for this practice. I hope you can take bits and pieces and carry them through your day so that you're practicing on and off your mat. Let's seal with the sound of Om. Take a full cleansing breath, inhale and exhale it out. Feeling it lift from the low belly, inhale. Namaste. Have a beautiful
our friends online, thank you for joining us. Anybody do a count? Come off by a couple. It's just they like us to put it on the invoice. Yeah. Oh, thank you. It'll be my dad's 85th birthday on St. Patty's Day. She's there right now still. They're doing closing ceremonies right now and announcing awards and stuff. I have not, Rose, what I tell you, like, I got one text and one call. Yeah, and that was it. So, and I following her on like 360 and seeing her little movements, and they were like free to like roam as they wanted to. Like a free, they went to see a show last night. I'm dying to, she went to see Wicked, which we've seen and we love the music. So I'm dying to hear how she. But I mean, when you don't hear it's good, right? Yeah. So yeah, so I can't wait to hear about it all. Yeah, I know. I hope they that they get back paid. It's not good weather out there. It's not good weather right now. Oh, it's actually supposed to snow tomorrow. And she's supposed to come back tonight. That's 100%. Already a late flight. We will see. Donna, good to see you. You keeping well? Oh no, really?
What, honey? Yeah, when I go up to South Carolina.
Do it there.
It takes like 3 months to recover.
Oh. Well, I know. I mean, Nick got his knee replaced, and he's doing great. Then shoulder.